And what's going on? Welcome to the Golden Octagon MMA channel. My name is Matt. D-Rose right over there. And this is my Friday end of week. D-Rose, this is the last pay-per-view we're ever going to have here. Change the cheddar right here, dude. I'm excited. I know you're excited. At the end of the show, we both have a parlay to share with you guys. I have a, plus 1,000 parlay, and D-Rose, I can't see it. It's too small. It is a plus 340 D-Rose is going to share with you guys. But before we get to those, we're going to go through all the fights on the card. We're going to we're going to make our final picks and let you know if we have any bets on each one of the fights. And then at the end of the show, cheese wheel is coming and the parlay is coming. So if you guys don't know what the cheese wheel is, you guys are in for a treat, because cheese wheel is probably my favorite thing that we do here on the channel. If I'm going to be honest, I love the cheese wheel. D-Rose, how you doing, man? Oh man, is he already frozen? He's defroze already. I don't know what happened, man. No shot. No shot. He's already frozen. Thoughts on the Dana duel? Well, there's more than a few. There's more than a few. I would love to get one, but unfortunately, I'm not that lucky. I'm not that lucky, man. But while we're waiting on D-Rose to fix himself, I'll go ahead and I'll get the fights pulled up on the screen. The official weigh-ins this morning, and then the ceremonial face-offs this afternoon. So what we'll do is we will start right here at the first fight of the night, which is Myron Santos taking on Muhammad Naimov. Let's make sure we can move the mouse. Indeed, we can. Let me give you guys odds for this. Dira is messaging me. He is not happy. He is not happy right now. Anyway, odds for this fight are Muhammad Naimov is plus 195, while Myron Santos is minus 238. This one's kind of a tough one to call, especially because now that Myron Santos did miss weight, weighs in at 147 pounds, and Muhammad Naimov does make weight at 145 there. So if you ask me, super close fight. The dog money is for sure there if you just want to take a shot at Muhammad Naimov, but I don't think so. For me, maybe the over 2.5 here if I have to bet something, but probably not one that I'm going to be too invested on. I'm going to go Myron Santos via decision here, but I don't feel too confident on it if I'm going to be completely honest. I guess I would wait on Okay, here's D-Rose popping back in. So I am Myron Santos via decision, but don't feel too great about it because he missed weight. D-Rose, how you doing, brother, man?
Yo, Maine. I was like, bro, at this point, this thing's got it out for me. We were having a full-blown conversation, 15, 20 minutes before we started this thing. And now all of a sudden it's crapping out on me. Perfect timing. But yeah, I caught the back end of what you were saying about this. And I don't think much changes for me except for if that weight cut had a little bit of an issue with Myron Santos. I know he mentioned maybe wanting to stay at 155 last time. If he's going to be missing weight at 145 like this, looks like that could be a possibility. But I'm going to still stick with Santos by decision.
All right. Me and D-Rose still on Myron Santos via decision here. He's frozen. Indeed, he was. What's up, Skunks? How you doing, man? Sorry, Santos did miss weight. What's going on, Antoine? Hope you're doing all right, brother. Hope you had a good day. How was it? Not too bad. It's Friday. We got fights tomorrow. I'm gonna be real busy in the morning though. Rose?
I'm getting fired up for the card. I ended up selling a car today, so I ended up having a good sales day. And then honestly, as soon as I got home, I pretty much ended up locking in on the ceremonial weigh-ins. I caught like the first 2-3 episodes I've embedded, so kind of getting a little for lack of a better term embedded in the card this week, man. And I'm getting more excited as the week is going on.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I was real excited earlier in the week, and then I realized, I'm like, damn it, it's only Wednesday, dude. We still got too many days. Like, I need to calm down. And then now it just snuck up on me. It's tomorrow. It's tomorrow. Last 3 fights are all bangers. Indeed. I can't wait for this. But we will move on. Me and D-Rose both on Myron Santos via decision here. Moving on to the next fight of the night, we've got Abdul Mansur. What am I doing? Mansur Abdul Malik taking on Antonio Trocoli here. Mansur is now minus 1450, D-Rose. Trocoli plus 750. Over under here is 1.5. The over is plus 160. The under minus 210. Dude, I'm going to take the under. I'm going to take Mansur Abdul Malik round 1 knockout. But, dude, if he pulls another stunt, man, and this goes into the second round, like, yeah, at this point, he just has to be letting some people know, hey, bet my round 2 if I can bet my round 3. So, with that being said, for me, it's Mansur Abdul Malik round 1 knockout. Am I going to be betting that? No. I might take the under 1.5 in a few parlays, but man, I don't feel good about it. What's up with you?
Yeah, I'll tell you. For me personally, I got no interest in betting this fight. I'm not. The only thing I looked at was the under, but again, as you said, with that whole Brundage debacle, do I really trust Mansur Abdul Malik to get the job done? Not a chance. So, do I still think that Mansur Abdul Malik's going to get the round 1 KO? Sure. If he doesn't, are you really going to be surprised? I wouldn't.
Nope, not one single bit. All right, me and D-Rose on the same one there. Moving on to the next one, we got Ibo Aslan taking on Iwo Baraninsky. Baraninsky is minus 192, your favorite. Ibo Aslan is your underdog at plus 160. Over under here is 1.5. The over is plus 150. The under is minus 195. Yeah, I actually thought Ibo Aslan was going to be a little bit bigger here than Baraninsky, but they're kind of the same height, man, or at least that's what it looks like. I am still on Baraninsky round 1 knockout here because that just kind of seems to be how both these guys fight. They just both go in there ready to swing dicks, set their nuts on the table, and see who's are heavier. So give me Baraninsky round 1 knockout here. Bet for me, though, probably the under 1.5 again. I don't hate it at, minus 195. I have a hard time seeing this going out of the first round, to be honest. What's your thoughts here, man?
Yeah, I am with you in terms of I think this fight is probably going to be short, if anything. So I'll probably be looking at maybe the under 1.5, or maybe even the fight to not start round 3. Somewhere around there. But yeah, I do think Iwo will knock out Ibo. Let's go round 1 KO.
All right, me and yours are the same there. Moving on to the next one. Probably the fight that I'm second most invested in on this entire card, maybe even the most invested in. I just don't think about it like that because it's sad, but I already consider it a W. I got Jalen Turner here. I just can't see how Edson can absorb the shots from Jalen Turner, especially in his last few fights, just getting busted up in the first round, and that's Jalen Turner's most dangerous, vicious round. I'm going round 1 head kick for Jalen Turner here. What about you, man?
Yeah, I mean, you look at Edson Barboza, he's a veteran, plus 295. You see that line, and you're like, hey, it's worth a shot. But if you just look at his last few fights, he has taken on a lot of damage, as it's going along. The only thing I'm hoping is that with Jalen Turner, I caught my sneeze that time. He came in a little bit leaner than what I remember him. I kind of remember him being like a little bit more bulk, like maybe he had a little bit more muscle on. Versus this time he looks a little bit more lean. So I'm just going to wonder if that power is going to be there that he had previously before he took kind of like the time off. But to me, I think if he shows any glimpses of, kind of the potential that he was showing early in his career against Edson, should be able to get him out of there in round 1. So, Jalen Turner round 1 KO.
That's fair. I probably got Jalen Turner money line and more bets than I need to this weekend, but at least it's money line though, right? Like it's like all you gotta do is win the fight, dude.
Right. Yeah. Whether it be knockout, sub, I don't care. Just get it done.
I also don't hate the Jalen Turner sub props either, dude. What is that currently? What's Jalen Turner by sub? Jalen Turner by sub is currently plus 350. Not as good as I thought it was going to be honest.
On FanDuel, you can get it at plus 420.
Got you.
No,
Yeah, Edson Barboza.
that's still not too bad.
Yeah, Edson Barboza plus 300. Jalen Turner minus 380. Your favorite here. Over under is 1.5. Over is minus 105. The under is minus 125. Yeah, round one knockout for me, Jalen Turner and D Rose as well. Moving on to the next one. I thought this was going to open up the entire card, D Rose, but apparently not. Dude, look at the Hulk hands that Bruno Ferreira's got there. He did miss weight, 189 pounds.
So the Hulk hands made him miss weight?
Yep. Dude, they're just so heavy. They're just so heavy. He just look, he can't even lift them up there. Like in the picture. He's like just being weighed down by how heavy his hands are.
It's like Thor's sword. Just like weighing him down.
Yeah, he did miss weight at 189 pounds. But the odds for the fight, Marvin Vettori minus 120, your favorite. Bruno Ferreira is plus 100, your underdog. Over under here is 2.5. The over is minus 180. The under is plus 140. Yeah, D Rose. I'm gonna take the over 2.5. If I have to bet something on this fight, it's the over 2.5. Because I just don't think Marvin Vettori can finish anyone, but he's too tough to be finished himself. And I think this is probably the first fight that we see Bruno Ferreira ever go to decision in. And Bruno Ferreira to win the fight via decision. Oh, wow, that line has been smashed too. It is plus 450 currently, but I know I got that earlier in the week at a higher number though. But I want to take Bruno Ferreira to win this fight via decision for the first time he'll ever be going there, and I think he gets the dub, man. What about you?
Yeah, and I did pick Marvin Vettori, by decision, and I did tell you that I've been kind of waffling on this fight a little bit, just because I think I just really want to see what Marvin Vettori shows up. I mean, he definitely has the higher level experience, fought a lot tougher guys, and I know Bruno Ferreira could maybe be more dangerous, but he also doesn't have as much cardio, but is Marvin just going to stand there and do nothing? Because we've seen him do that as well. So I'm not going to lie. I have a mixed bag of emotions on this fight. So I'm with you. If I'm playing anything on this fight, probably going to take the over because I just don't see Marvin getting finished. I mean, if Jerry Cannonier didn't finish him after that shellacking that he was putting on him,
that head kick, dude, I will remember that forever. Like he was wobbling around everywhere.
Yeah, well, dude, freaking Paulo Costa landed clean head kicks. Robert Whitaker landed his 1-2 head kick and didn't even stun Vettori. So yeah, I can't see Bruno Ferreira getting the finish. So if I'm going to stick with my pick with Marvin by decision. But if I'm playing anything on this, I'm with you. I'm looking at I'm gonna be looking at the over 2.5 on this. And so right now you can get it on FanDuel. It's minus 156 right now, the over 2.5. So I mean I'm not gonna say free money, but damn, that's a damn good line.
That's fair, dude. Anton wants to know if you ever think Marvin was high level, and there might be one other Italian fighter, but for sure not a whole lot, Anton.
Never thought he was high level. I mean, he is what he is. I mean, he's good enough to beat the not too good guys, but he's not going to beat the best guys. He is what he is.
He can challenge for a title, but he ain't gonna win that thing.
Yeah, and only once will he challenge for that title, and that's just because Izzy was kind of starting to run laps a little bit. But
yeah. All right, moving on to the next one. We got Faras, the Smile Killer ZM, taking on Nasty Nas, the Black Wolf, Nazim Sadikov. Nazim Sadikov, still the underdog, dude. Plus 142. Faras ZM is your favorite, minus 170. Over under here is 2.5. The over is minus 210. The under is plus 160. Yeah, dude, I'm still on Nazim Sadikov to be losing this fight until he lands that KO shot. I'm still on Nazim Sadikov round 3 knockout. But I will be honest, I do think he can get the sub at some point, especially because you think he's going to use his wrestling a little bit more. And I think almost all of fucking Faras ZM's losses do come via submission. So I mean the path is kind of there. So I don't hate Nazim Sadikov via submission here, but I am on Nazim Sadikov as a whole as the dog for sure. So I mean you could just take it like that, but I'm on Nazim round 3 knockout. What about you, D-Rose?
Yeah, for me, I think like you said, I think that I can see Sadikov using a little bit more wrestling here. I think this is a fight though that I think a lot of fight fans are looking forward to, because I know for me it's one of my most hyped fights on the card. I'm looking forward to Nas fighting for a little bit, but just in terms of the betting, I do think that as you said, that underdog line for Nazim Sadikov is already there for me. So I would love to be able to just play that line straight up. I kind of like Nazim Sadikov to get it done by decision, just because I think he used a little bit more wrestling and control. Because Farzam can be controlled. He's pretty squirmy on the ground from time to time, but he can be controlled from the top. I mean, Nazim Sadikov by decision is plus 420 right now. So I mean, for what I think is his best path to victory, plus 420. I really like that line. So I still think Sadikov gets it done by decision using his wrestling, and I don't hate that by decision line either.
That's fair. That's fair, man. We are both on Nazim Sadikov there. Moving on to the next one, we got Macy Barber taking on Killer Karine Silva. Odds for the fight are Macy Barber minus 198, your favorite. Karine Silva is plus 164. Your dog. Over under here is 2.5. The over is minus 260. The under is plus 195. D Rose, as a Macy Barber connoisseur, does it look like she's a little soft this week?
She looks caked up.
I mean, like, I remember her arms looking like Karine Silva's arms, and not as much this week.
Nah, she's never been the most cut. I mean, honestly, I thought
not cut, but I feel like she was a little bit more built. Like she had I don't know, like it almost kind of looks like she just hasn't been working as hard.
I mean, off 2 years. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she ended up, because she looks a little more lean. If that's what you're kind of thinking, because I kind of think Jalen Turner looks, he's obviously more cut, but he came in kind of a little bit more lean too, and I could see if Macy maybe took a little bit more muscle off and tried to thin herself out a little bit more, maybe help with the speed a little bit. Maybe the excess in muscle could have been hindering her a little bit, but I never. I mean, for me, as you said, me being a fan, I never really noticed that she was, this super jacked chick to begin with. I just like her. She got a dog mentality when she fights. That's that's my main thing with her. I never really paid attention to like her guns, I guess.
That's fair. Yeah. To me, something just looks a little off this week, and I was already on the Karine Silva side. This is a spot that Macy Barber needs to personally show me, if I'm going to pick her, that she's still willing to fight, that she wants to fight, and she just isn't just doing it because that's all that she knows how to do at this point. She got the new bolt-ons. We'll see how those help her out in the fight. I don't see them helping too much though. Give me Karine Silva to win this fight via second round submission, D Rose.
Yeah, yeah, those. I was waiting on Dave to come in here and make a comment about.
Yeah,
about
Dave's usually
those.
not here on Change the Cheddar. He'll he'll just be here for the podcast. He might stop in here for the parlays at the end.
yeah. I was waiting on a comment about Macy's appearance, to say the least. But I'm going to stick with Macy by decision. But my biggest questions, just in terms of, where is she at with her health? Because I think even before the Aaron Blanchfield stuff, she had issues even before then, going into that Rose Namajunas fight. Because
that's why Aaron fucking didn't want to fight her. She was like, I don't know if she's gonna make it to the octagon, and she did.
Yeah, and Aaron called it too, because she was supposed to fight Rose Namajunas. She had to pull out of that fight because she had some health issues, and then the Aaron Blanchfield, it was such a mess up with that fight, but she's obviously had a history with health issues to begin with that I can't really say that she's lying, but it was just a weird situation. But is she mentally there after all she's been through the last couple of years? And it has been 2 years since she's fought. Now, I mean, it was a fun fight when she was last in there, but it has been 2 years since she's fought, and she took a little bit of damage when she was in that fight with Amanda Ribas as well. So, yeah, I'm curious to see where she's at mentally. Karine Silva, path to victory, obviously get the fight down to the ground. I think if Macy keeps it on the feet, I think it should be her fight to lose. I'm going to stick with Macy, but I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to be too heavily invested on this. Maybe on the over, but nothing other than that.
Karine Silva by sub is plus 500. I'm just going to throw that out there. I feel like that's way underpriced for how she wins her fights. But
I'm
move
surprised
on.
the line is sitting where it's at. I mean, Macy on FanDuel right now is minus 196, and I just, even me being a Macy fan, I cannot justify that line at all.
Nah, dude. Moving on to the next one, we got Terrence McKinney, T-Rex taking on Chris Duncan. T-Rex looked a little rough this morning on the scale, not gonna lie. So I don't see him moving down anytime in the future. But at the same time, this fight, just like every other T-Rex fight, is going to be a car crash. You know, he's just going to go in there, start swinging. So I don't think his bad weight cut's going to affect his performance too much because, let's be real, T-Rex has got about 3 minutes to get of like fucking gas either way. But yeah, man, I am on T-Rex to win here in the first. Would it surprise me if he submitted Chris Duncan? No. Would it surprise me if Chris Duncan submitted T-Rex? No. Would it surprise me if these dudes landed punches at the same time and got a double knockout? No. Yeah, I'm on T-Rex here as the dog, man. Odds for the fight plus 105 T-Rex and Chris Duncan's minus 125, your favorite. But if you want to be safe, you can take the under 1.5 at minus 375 currently. Or the over, if you're feeling frisky, is plus 270. For me, it's the under here. Give me T-Rex money line. Or if I need to play something, I guess I'll go T-Rex via submission. I don't know, man. I like the T-Rex money line a little bit earlier in the week, but it's closing up a little bit, T-Rex.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a bunch of people jump on them, this week because there were, I'll just tell you, I placed, Chris Duncan earlier in the week at minus 180, and he plummeted all the way down to, minus 120.
Minus 125,
I thought the line was going to jump the other way. Chris Duncan going up to the minus 200. So I was like, let me jump on this minus 180 now before it jumps, and it's going the other way. So, people have thrown some money on McKinney. He's just so boom or bust. And for me, I just seen more bust than boom when he fights, when he fights really good guys. And I'm not saying that Chris Duncan is going to be top 5 or anything like that, but just in terms of I think he's fought some really tough guys in the UFC already, and he's shown his toughness and his grit. And I think fighting a guy like Manuel Torres can potentially help him prepare for a fight like this too, just in terms of being able to kind of, as you said, take on that car crash. But I'm going to go Chris Duncan here. I'm going to go by submission. He's got, like I said, he's got that nasty guillotine. He can lock it in at any moment. I think he ends up getting the submission. I'm going to go round 1.
That's fair, man. That's fair. I don't hate it. So we'll move on to the next one where we have another one that I've got all my money on. We have Grant Dawson taking on Manuel Torres. Odds for the fight: Grant Dawson minus 250, Manuel Torres plus 205. This one's getting further apart, going the opposite way than what I would have thought. I would have thought Manuel Torres would have some backers this week, knowing that Grant Dawson can't get chinned, man. Yeah, Grant Dawson minus 250, Manuel Torres plus 205. Over under here is 1.5. The over is plus 110. The under is minus 140. Dude, the odds are saying that Grant Dawson is going to finish Manuel Torres in under a round and a half. And, dude, when Grant Dawson wins, it's usually like in the 3rd round. That's when Grant Dawson wins. So it's just kind of throwing me off quite a bit. I'm still on Manuel Torres round 1 knockout here. I think he goes out there and smokes Grant Dawson in the 1st round. But according to the odds, you could take the under 1.5, and it wouldn't be the worst play in the world. I'll probably play the under 1.5 just to be safe. But yeah, Manuel Torres round 1 knockout for me. How about you, D-Rex?
Yeah, this is another fight that is just it is way too volatile for me to jump in on just because I could see Grant Dawson grounding uh, Torres out until he gets him out of there, and then I could see Torres just going in there and just one shotting Grant Dawson and getting him out of there. So I could see this fight going either way. I could see this fight lasting a minute. I could see it going, basically right before the start of the third round. I think maybe late in the second. I'm up in the air on this, so I'm going to stick with Grant Dawson. I believe I said submission the other day. I want to go round 2, but again, no confidence in that whatsoever. And I'm just to keep my sanity. I'm not playing this fight whatsoever on anything like over under.
That's fair, man.
Left. I'm
That's
not
fair.
playing left, right, anything.
When I saw the odds earlier in the week, like the Manuel Torres was like plus 185, dude, I immediately jumped on it. If I saw the knockout price, immediately jumped on it. So I'm invested here, D-Rose. Hopefully Manuel Torres gets this knockout. Anyway, moving on to the next one. We got Jan Blachowicz taking on Bogdan Guskov. D-Rose, is it me or is Bogdan Guskov full of himself this week? Like, he is just feeling himself. He is confident, cocky, whatever you want to say. Was wearing a suit and gloves the other day. The press go like, "Why are you wearing gloves?"
He's calling himself the Hitman now.
Yeah,
that was the only thing that I noticed because I never heard them say a nickname the other day, and then they gave him the Hitman. Man, if I'm being honest, because I didn't even see that 1000% sounds like his manager was like, "Hey, bro, you know what you should do if your name's gonna be the Hitman? You should go out there and dress like a Hitman. Like that would be awesome." And like, yeah, that is pretty corny, but that's 1000% his manager told him to do that.
Dude, once I saw the leather gloves, I'm like, you chode. Like, I hope you get knocked out, dude.
Yeah.
But and nothing changes for me here from earlier in the week. Jan's a lot more technical. I think at this point in his career, Bogdan's going to be the more powerful, probably a little bit faster guy. But the technique from Jan, I just think it can just outlast the rush that like the Bogdan Guskov is going to put forth on Jan Blachowicz. And although round 1 might be a little bit tough, I think Jan can win round 2 and 3, and I'm going to go Jan Blachowicz via decision here. Odds for the fight are now about even, minus 115 Jan Blachowicz, Bogdan Guskov minus 105. Over under here is 2.5. The over is plus 114. The under is minus 145. Yeah, give me Jan via decision here, man. What about you?
Yeah, the biggest thing for me on this fight is that with Jan Blachowicz, it's so hard to look good. It's so hard to look good against him. But a big thing for him too is that he hasn't really looked that good in his last few fights. Like, it's hard to look good against him, but he doesn't look good either. Like, just in terms of we keep hearing Polish power, but
legendary Polish power.
Yeah, but when's the last time he's actually knocked somebody out? I mean, if you really
before he left it in the hotel room, dude.
Yeah, and apparently somebody must have took it when he went back because he has not been able to find it since that moment. You're one of your favorite.
It was the housekeeper. The housekeeper took, like, he's just out there like fucking snoozing other like abuelas and shit, just out there knocking out with other fucking grandmas.
Yeah, somebody definitely jacked that thing because he hasn't had the Polish power, and he just hasn't really done like enough in the fights. Like, a lot of it's just like kind of standing and fencing and stuff like that, where I think Bogdan can use a little bit more aggression. Now, Jan's super tough to finish, and you hadn't really seen him get chinned outside of when he fought Thiago Santos, and he kind of rushed into a shot on that one. Versus he's been a lot more patient since that loss. I think Bogdan gets it done by decision. I think mostly just off sheer volume, and I think he'll land the more power shots. But I think it could be. I'm not going to say it's a slower pace fight because I think it's hard for Bogdan to have a slower pace fight. But to his standards, Jan's going to yuck this thing up as much as he can. So, but I'm going to go with Bogdan by decision.
That's fair, man. What's going on, Austin? How you doing, brother? Hope everyone's having a good Friday. It's pretty okay. Pretty okay. Can't complain too much. Do you consider Jan all-time great? I don't think I do, Antoine.
No, it's just light heavyweight's a bad division, and he ended up getting a shot against Dominic Reyes when Dominic Reyes, although let's be fair, I thought he won the John Jones fight. Whatever. Overperformed in that fight to a certain extent, to the point to where he was kind of a little bit, maybe he wasn't ready to fight all the top level guys at that point. And Jan was a top level guy, but he's definitely not an all-time great.
Yeah, yeah. And Antoine thinks beating Izzy was massive. I think it was good for him. Like, it helped him get some kind of notoriety. But I think before that, dude, I don't think much helped him. Yeah. Moving on to the next one. We have Henry Cejudo looking like death up there, taking on Peyton Talbot. Henry Cejudo plus 205, Peyton Talbot minus 250. Over under here is 2.5. The over is minus 238. The under is plus 180. Yeah, dude, I'm surprised Peyton Talbot isn't minus 500, dude. After seeing Henry Cejudo on the scales, dude, look at him, man.
I think it's really all just because the Honey Barcelos fight. Like, people just still have that in the back of their mind, and they're still not ready to pull the trigger on Talbot completely just yet.
Yeah, dude, look at Henry Cejudo this morning, man. Just fucking cooked.
It looks like he doesn't want to do it anymore. And
right?
You know what?
Well,
at one point in his life, he wasn't doing it and came back.
He's actually said this is his retirement fight. This is his fucking last fight again, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Which I do believe him this time around, but if what Dominic Cruz is saying is true and that he's coming back because he ain't got much money, does he consider another comeback if he can get a fight elsewhere, even if it's not in the UFC? Because I could 100% see him taking like a Misfits type fight, like anything like that. I would not be surprised.
Yeah, but for me, it's Peyton Talbot. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go round 2 knockout, man.
I think the only way that he could, I guess, knock out Henry will either be, kind of how he caught Cameron Simon with, kind of like
the
one
knee?
of them step-in knees. Henry Cejudo going for a takedown and Talbot kind of catching him.
But if we're gonna be honest, Henry don't even really wrestle no more. He's like the fucking karate stance,
Well, and it's not really the thing with Henry in that a lot of people don't point out with his wrestling is that he's a good wrestler, but he's just that. Like, he doesn't have good submissions. He doesn't have good ground and pound. A lot of his wrestling is just control. And let's be honest, with the way they're scoring fights now, with a lot of the control, if you're not really doing much with it, they're not going to give you credit for it anymore. So you can see why he kind of went away from it, because he's not really dangerous when he uses his wrestling. Like, even when he fought Demetrius Johnson, it was the reason why I was so adamant in that second fight that he did not beat Demetrius Johnson, because a lot of his wrestling was just control. He wasn't doing anything where DJ was still working off his back. He was still able to get back up to his feet at moments in that fight. So, I just think it's tough for Henry to really get off any good ground and pounder submissions. And I just think Talbot's going to be a little bit too big to kind of bully around like that. It's easier for Henry to take down the 125ers. These 135ers, man, they're cutting down from probably 170 pounds and maybe even more. Henry's just going to have a tough time taking anybody in this weight class down that's going to be significantly bigger. I'm going to stick with Talbot here. I just think he's too tough to get finished, Cejudo is. So I'm going to go Talbot by decision.
That's fair, man. Moving on to the next one, we have Brandon, the Assassin Baby Moreno, taking on Tatsuro Taira. This is D Rose's dog of the week here. Yeah, put it on the line. If he loses this one, it's done. But I am also on Brandon Moreno here. I am also on Brandon Moreno via decision. But odds for the fight, Brandon Moreno plus 102, Tatsuro Taira minus 122. Over under here is 2.5. The over is minus 315. The under is plus 230. I don't hate the over, man, but give me Brandon Moreno via decision here. I believe you're on the same.
As you said, dog of the week. I'm not even going to overthink it here. The high level experience from Brandon Moreno and just showing me in his last few fights that he's still got it. Again, I thought that layoff after the second Roy Ball fight could have potentially deterred him a little bit because he was kind of talking about not being there mentally. But over his last few fights, he's shown me, he's still got all that same dog in him. I am a little concerned that it's 3 rounds because if Tyra can, somehow steal 2 rounds of back control, but outside of that, I feel very comfortable with Moreno here by decision.
That's fair, dude. Me and Duro's on the same there. Moving on to that shouldn't be on there. Let's get rid of that one. Moving on to the co-main event for the flyweight title. We got Pantoja versus Josh Van. Yeah, dude. I'm on Pantoja here. And after weigh-ins, dude, I guess a lot more confident when they faced off in the octagon. After Pantoja's last fight and also Josh Van's last fight, they look to be roughly the same size. And then now facing up here, dude, Pantoja's got so much more mass on him, and he's taller, dude. I'm gonna stick with my pick of maybe round 3 submission for Pantoja, but if this went to decision, it wouldn't surprise me one single bit. Josh Van's tough as all hell. And once just like I said on the podcast Wednesday, if this gets to round 4, I'll probably throw a live bet on Josh Van, dude. Just because at that point I could see it going either way. What's your thoughts here?
Well, what if Josh Van's getting controlled the whole time, but it's in round 4?
It's got to be him literally getting controlled the entire round.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like Pantoja just he pretty much kind of
just fucking back control him every single time.
Yeah, just backs him.
I mean, then the price is going to be unbelievable at that point. I'll throw $5 at it. I'll throw $10 at it.
I was curious, if I'm being honest, I could I don't want it to go that way, but I can see it going that way. But I do ultimately think that it's going to be a little bit of a scrap. I just think that Josh Van, he's just got that dog in him. He's not going to make it easy for Pantoja, but I do think Pantoja gets it done. I could see very much a very similar fight, similar to like a Steve Erceg and Alexander Pantoja. A fun fight, kind of like a technical fight between the two, but still a scrap. And both of them were kind of banged up and bloody at the end of the fight. So, and Josh Van's not going to make it easy for him. So, I still think Pantoja gets it done. I'm going to go by decision, and what I hope and I think will be a dog fight.
Hopefully, man. So me and Duros agree there. Main event of the evening is Merab versus Jan. Nothing changes from Wednesday here. Nothing changes from last time these two fought here. It's Merab via decision for me. Odds for the fight, -410 Merab. Petr Yan is +320. The dog over under here is 4.5. The over is -375. The under +270. I see a lot of people picking Merab to get the finish this week, dude, and I just don't see it. Oddly enough, this is the first time, D-Rose, that Petr Yan has ever been an underdog in the UFC, and he's +320. Crazy, huh?
Maybe closing. What wasn't he the underdog against? Or he might not have been against Song Yadong.
This is the first time he's ever been the underdog, dude. Crazy, huh?
Yeah. For some reason, I thought he might have been the underdog in that fight, but at least to this significance, +3 and to see Jan at even +150 would be like, huh, like really, but yeah, to see him at you said
320 +320 right now on DK.
Yeah, that's crazy. Let me go look at FanDuel real quick. Yeah, +310. That's insane. I didn't even realize the line was that wide, but I'm with you. Doesn't change anything for me. You're talking about a guy who 98% of his wins come by decision, and Petr Yan has never been finished as far as I know. So Merab by decision. Water's wet, fire's hot. Merab by decision.
Antoine, does Merab become the greatest bantamweight of all time tomorrow night? I think he's probably already the greatest, Antoine, because your only other argument is who? Dominic Cruz? And no. No, sorry, no.
It's not. It's not. And like I said, maybe Aljo, maybe Cruz, but it's just so hard to kind of lump in that WEC and the UFC era, and he has so much time off and all this stuff, and maybe Dom didn't realize his full potential, but I'm with you. I think Merab's already there as the greatest.
Yeah, same for me, dude. So that's all the picks on the card prelims. All the way up to the main card, we have brought to you the special cheese wheel here this week. So what I'll do is I'll bring the cheese wheel over here, and I will share this motherfucker, and then me and D Rose will give you our best bets of the week, but not decided by us. They are going to be decided by the cheese wheel. So share this tab instead. Come on, you got it. There we go. And I'll share my screen and we'll get to it. Probably my favorite thing that we do here on the show, D-Rose. I don't know if I've said that enough. Is Merab certified a legend now? As of right now, yes. He has the legendary cardio. That's for sure. Do you think fighters from back then could not compete in the modern era? I think it's tough, Antoine, because people are just so good now. People are so good now.
Well, everybody's so evolved now, but and not even necessarily to say like people from Cruz's era couldn't compete. It's just for me, I just thought that Cruz just had too much time off in between fights versus we see the activity in Merab. I mean, this dude's getting 4 title fights in within a year. And is that not going to eclipse the most title defenses? And bantamweight history, and you accrue that in 1 year. If you can do that, yeah, I mean that's there's nothing to be argued at that point.
That's fair. I do not have any. I don't really have any friends, Antoine. So for sure, none of them are Packers fans.
I for sure don't. All right, no, I mean I know one dude, but I don't care.
Like can Prime Cruz and Uriah compete with these guys? I just don't think so, dude. I just don't think so. Maybe Prime Cruz.
No, Prime favorite could. His wrestling, because he was a good wrestler earlier in his career. He
even at his last win, dude, snoozed Ricky Simone.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Faber could 100% compete. Like, I mean, would he be champ? I mean, he'd probably be in the same predicament that he was, just losing to the best guys, like losing Cruz and Corral. But yeah, he'd 100% be in that top 10 range.
Top 10, yeah, but oh man, it'd be tough.
Is he gonna be champ? No, he was never champ before. So why would that change now? But yes, could he compete? Yes.
I got you. Fair enough. Let's get into the cheese wheel, D-Rose. So, I didn't add it to the stage. There it is. On the cheese wheel this week, we have added an extra slice. So we'll have one left. But the slices on the cheese wheel are finish, prop, over, under, underdog, 3-leg parlay, 3 or decision, or the cycle parlay. And if you guys don't know what cycle parlay is, you guys should know by now. Shout out Maddie Betts. But it's a 1 fighter to win by decision, 1 fighter to win by submission, and 1 fighter to win by knockout, all in a 3-leg parlay. So with that being said, D-Rose, I am the reigning defending pick champ this week. So would you like me to spin first, or would you like to go first?
Let you spin first while I try to get my cycle parlay together. If I get it.
I mean, you ain't even going like it's gonna be the one like fucking leftover, like that neither one of us get zoomed in too far. Zoom back out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Too far. Too far. There we go. All right. So got our cheese wheel centered. Let's give it our first spin here. See what it's gonna land on. It's gonna give me the cycle parlay. It's gonna give it. It's gonna give it to me. It's all right, dude. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it.
I kept preparing as if I was gonna get it, but I'm gonna get the 3-leg. But hey, I'm prepared for the 3-leg though. I got it loaded.
I got it here. I got it here. I don't have a picture of it. I don't have it pulled up, but I know I've already made said bet. So, my cycle parlay, D-Rose, will be. You ready for this?
Let's do it.
At plus like 8,800. It's Manuel Torres by knockout, Karine Silva by submission, and Bruno Ferreira via decision. That's plus 250 for Manuel Torres by knockout, plus 390 for Karine Silva by submission, which is the line's way better now. And Bruno Ferreira, by decision at plus 440, which I think that came down just a little bit. But I have $9 on it to win 880. What's your thoughts on it?
Hey, I mean,
I feel like, well, I'm going the opposite in every single one of those fights.
yeah, that's what I was going to say. I mean, I'm going the opposite, but I could also see it. I think the sub for Karina itself is going to be tough just because where Macy's tough. But other than that, I mean, that's all could be a possibility.
That's fair. That's fair, dude. Yeah. All right. So we'll remove that whale. D Rose ain't got to worry about his cycle parlay, but he'll launch this one, and it's going to be finish prop. Any finish, D Rose. You got a double chance, you got a sub, or you got a knockout. Which one are you going with?
Man, I mean, probably Jalen Turner. If I'm being completely honest, I think Turner
by finish, just a double chance.
Yeah.
What is that?
So double chance by finish, man, that's not good at all. It's minus 230.
Oh man, they might as well just pick a Jalen Turner money line at that point.
yeah, no, exactly. Him by KO is minus 110. I mean, I feel like that'd be a parlay piece, but no, oh gosh, that is so ugly. We'll go Baranowski. We'll go Iwo Baranowski. Let's go knock out Iwo Baranowski at plus 130.
What's his? I thought I could finish prop because I know he has a few subs though.
Minus 150. You might as well pick money line if you're gonna do that at minus 186. But
yeah,
I do think he gets the knockout though.
All right, that's fair. Iwo Baranowski is D Rose's finish prop this week. Iwo Baranowski by KO. So spinning the wheel for your boy here. We are getting. Man, I don't even have these lines, dude. Who do I think wins?
You tell me what fight you think, and I'll give you the line.
Yeah, let me see.
Yeah, Jan Blachowicz, Bogdan Guskov. You got Henry Cejudo, Peyton Talbot. You got Brandon Moreno, Tatsuro Taira.
I think I'm gonna go
Myron Santos versus Muhammad Naimov.
I think Jan Blachowicz 3 or no. Fuck, dude, that one's a tough one this week. That one is a tough one this week.
3 decision is tough, man.
I mean, does 4-5 decision count?
I mean, you already said.
We're on 4-5 decision, right? Minus 275 though.
Yeah, I mean, dude. Why are you asking me if it counts? It's your damn podcast. Hell yeah, it counts.
Yeah. Fuck, dude, this is tough, man. I guess I'll go Brandon Moreno. Brandon Moreno 3 decision plus 130. That's what I feel the most comfortable about, I guess.
Brandon Moreno plus 130.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, that's fair. Don't love it, to be honest, but I am picking Brandon Moreno to win that fight via decision. Let's see. We got Antoine asking some stuff here. Let's read it before we spin to the next one. Where's my mouse at? Come on. Speaking of the Packers, what's going to happen with Aaron? I have no clue, Antoine. I also want to ask you if you're watching any shows. Yeah. I'm watching The Chair Company on HBO Max, Antoine, but I have this dark humor that I think that's hilarious for some reason. I don't know. I think Tim Robinson's one of the funniest actors right now. I just say stupid. I just laugh at it. What about you, dear? Are you watching any shows?
Honestly, I'm bad. I don't really watch much TV shows. I'm always watching like sports, or I'm listening to the podcast or something like that. And sometimes not necessarily all sports podcasts. I listen to like some crime podcasts and stuff as well. But yeah.
All right, D Rose. Well,
we got a little prop action here.
Pretty much just like the finish, but now anything is opened up. You can do, fucking, start round 2. You can do start round 3. You can do, KO 1-2. You can do sub 2-3. The world is your oyster, D Rose. What you going with?
Yeah, this is where it gets a little tricky because I am again, I've told you some of the early fights I'm a little shaky on,
Mm-hmm.
but man, I feel pretty good about Chris Duncan getting a submission, man. And I do think that he can get it done within the first couple of rounds. So if you look at him at submission on FanDuel right now, Chris Duncan submission round 1 or 2 at plus 370. I mean, I like that line as a little parlay piece. I'm probably going to end up even using it myself. Little prop round 1 or 2 submission for Chris Duncan at plus 370. I like it.
That's fair, dude. That's fair. And Antoine wants to know what's your favorite podcast? Put you on, D Rose. I guess shout out the competition while we're here, D Rose.
If you like some of the like crime stuff or whatever the case may be, I would say watch some of the videos like there's Explore With Us and there's Dr. Insanity. They have pages for days just in terms of all these crazy just crazy cases and stuff like that. And that's a good place to get started.
Fair enough. So I got underdog, D Rose. So I just got to pick the biggest dog that I think wins. So let's see. Nazim Sadikov. Nazim Sadikov plus 142. Karina Silva's plus 164. The biggest dog that I like, D Rose, and I'm already invested on it. Give me Manuel Torres money line at plus 205 currently on DK, dude. I just don't think Manuel Torres should be a minus 200 dog against Grant Dawson, dude.
Yeah, he definitely should not be. Yeah, he definitely should not be. I'm just looking just to make sure, and wow, that is plus 200 on on FanDuel. Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, dude. So the last spin for D Rose, he gets the 3-leg parlay or the over under. Hopefully you're ready, D Rose. You get the over under. No 3-leg parlay for you. No parlays for D Rose this week.
Hey, I like that. We were talking about one of the overs, over unders going into the pod. Bruno Ferreira, Marvin Vettori. We've talked about it during the podcast. Over 2.5 minus 156. I mean, again, I'm not saying this free money because I'm not trying to be like that dude who bet $15,000 on LeBron James to get 10 points and he ends up getting like 8 or whatever.
Crazy.
So yeah, I'm not going to be that guy and tell y'all to say free money. But damn, I mean, that's over 2.5 and Marvin Vettori's fighting. Why would you not take it?
Yeah, dude, I got you. And Antoine lets you know he loves true crime. And then thoughts on Chris Paul to Missile. I mean, Antoine, let's be real, dude. He's old. A lot of dudes aren't even in the league that long. So I mean, he had a great run, first or second all-time assist, but I'm pretty sure I was at the game when he crossed the all-time assists. So shout out Chris Paul.
Yeah, one of the greats. Unfortunately, couldn't bring home a title, but yeah, dude was always a dog. Always had that killer mentality, and always fun to watch. Hated to see the way that he went out because didn't they let him? Didn't they call him or whatever like 3 a.m. to like basically cut him or whatever? So I know it was a little crazy situation, but yeah, one of the greats.
Yeah, man. So we'll move into our parlays, D Rose. I only have one parlay to share with you guys this week. But just like, I do every single chain of Cheddar, it is 10 to win 100 or more. This week, it is actually a plus 1,004. So a little bit over plus 1,000. So $10 returns 110. But I'll share that with you guys in just 1 second. I'll pop D Rose's up first. It looks like he's got a 3-leg to share with you guys. So break it down for me, D Rose.
Yeah, this is just a simple little 3-leg. Tried to keep it clean, quick and easy. Ended up getting a plus 340. So I've had a good couple weeks. Last week and a half or so roughly. So I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I've had a little bit more in my account, so I'm willing to spend 20 on this one when I normally don't. I normally don't go over 10. But I feel pretty confident in this parlay getting it done. Jalen Turner, Nazim Sadikov, and Chris Duncan all on money line. I did get this one earlier in the week, so the Chris Duncan line and Nazim Sadikov line has gotten much better, while the Jalen Turner line has gotten much worse from the time I made this bet to now. But still, plus 340, $20 on a total payout of 88.05. Looking to really just try to hit this, so maybe cash that bad boy back out and pay for the parlay or pay for the pay-per-view.
Hell yeah, dude. I feel you. So that's D Rose's 3-leg that he's sharing with you guys this week. So I'll move to my change of cheddar parlay, 10 to win 100. I did bet this on Bet Online last night. So, odds could change just a little bit. But D Rose, $10.45 to win 114.08 back. So plus 1,000 on the dot, 10 times your money. And it goes like this. The Bruno Ferreira versus Marvin Vettori fight to go over 2.5 rounds. Jalen Turner money line. Ivo Aslan versus Ivo Barnetsky under 1.5 rounds. The T-Rex versus Chris Duncan fight to go under 1.5 rounds. Peyton Talbot money line. Pantoja versus Van over 2.5 rounds. And the Marab money line. What's your thoughts on it, D-Rose? Is it smacking? I believe we agree with everyone on there.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, I mean, yeah, I'm just trying to it reads a little different than what I'm used to. But yeah, I mean that looks I'm with you. I think that should smack to me.
Yeah, dude. 10 for 100. 10 for 114 back. So hopefully we can fucking get some shit to fucking hit. Because we ain't hit a change cheddar parlay since we've been in Texas, D-Rose. And I don't like that. I like hitting parlays. I think it's fun.
To be fair, we've been going exclusively pay-per-view, so I hadn't been getting the volume out as much either. But
yeah, true.
We could try to smack one this week though.
Yeah, you're right. Well, while we're here, D-Rose, you want to cook something up? Let's fucking cook something up. We got like 5 minutes left before we hit the hour mark. I got a few dollars in my account. Let's agree on something real quick.
Well, I have 3 legs sitting in my my bet slip right now, all overs. That being Macy Barber over 2.5, with Karina Silva over 2.5, Talbot Cejudo over 2.5, Vettori Bruno.
All right.
Looking at maybe because FanDuel's offering a 30% boost, so I was maybe looking to add maybe one more to that. But
what's that currently like? Plus 250.
It's plus 210 with the 30% boost is plus 274. So I'm like, I might want to add at least.
That's the same here. Do you throw Jalen Turner money line on that?
Literally exact. As soon as you said that is exactly what I clicked.
And then
with that 30% boost, it gets you up to plus 384.
Yeah, let me. Oh, man. I want to throw one more on.
Ivo Barnetsky money line? Do I dare?
Don't do that. I'm trying to think. What's one more that we bet? Just do Marab money line, dog. Minus 450. Yeah. That's a 5-leg plus 436 I got on my bookie, which probably ain't too bad.
He's minus 420. The over 4.5 is minus 410. That's insane.
Yeah.
Fight to start round 5 is minus 460, but I mean, if it gets to the 5th round, it's going to get to the finish, or it's going to get to the cards.
I think I'm gonna put $10 on this right here. Let's see, 10, 25. It's $10 to win 54 back. It's a 5-leg parlay. Just bet it. It's Barber versus Silva over 2.5. Cejudo versus Talbot over 2.5. Vettori versus Bruno over 2.5. Jalen Turner money line and Marab money line. $10 to win 55.64.
Almost getting a little scared to put a money because I almost want to do just like an over instead of the.
You want to do it over? That's fucking scary, dude.
Well, I'm trying to pick ones that I feel very good about going over that 2.5 mark. So that's why I'm wondering if I go over 2.5 in the Naimov and Sanchez fight. So minus 225.
Yeah. Could happen, dude. I don't know. I'm gonna cook something up myself.
Which I wouldn't get too heavily invested in it, but a 5-leg right now, Barber Silva over 2.5, Cejudo Talbot over 2.5, Vittori Ferreira over 2.5, Merab Yan over 4.5, Naimov versus Santos over 2.5. 30% boost gets it plus 597.
Not bad.
So
I have
pays out 59.74.
I have one that I know you're not going to be a fan of, the Rose. But hear me out. At 87-1, it's worth it. T-Rex by sub, Karina Silva by sub, Jalen Turner by sub. $10 to win 880 on the 3-leg. That's a lot.
Like that, I don't like Silva, but
what about this? Manuel Torres by KO, Terrence McKinney by KO, Nazim Sadikov by KO. 10 to win 670.
You say Terrence McKinney?
Terrence McKinney KO, Torres KO, and Nazim Sadikov KO.
I mean, it sounds good for you, but don't sound good for me. I've already bet Chris Duncan.
Yeah, I know. But you got to cover both sides. The Rose, I also have this one bet to cover my ass. I put $5 on it. Chris Duncan money line, Tatsura by sub, Grant Dawson by sub, Macy by decision, Faraz Ziam by decision. $5 to win 362. It's a 5-leg to cover my ass. Yep. You honestly might just fucking like that one. No, you don't like Tatsura by sub, but that's a crazy number though. Fucking Tatsura by sub, dude. Like it's like that's how he fucking wins this fight. It's like,
yeah, but that's not how he's beating Moreno. I'm sorry. Yeah, he's not stopping Moreno.
We'll see, but that's why I did to cover my ass. But yeah, man, I think I've got everything that I want to bet. I don't have too many bets, but let's just say I have a Manuel Torres by KO straight bet for fucking $35. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. So, I don't need, but it's plus. But I got it at plus 250. The line's probably even fucking better now because he's like a plus 200 dog, like So I don't know what's happening with these fights. I'm really confident in Manuel Torres, Jalen Turner, and Terrence McKinney. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Look at some of the comments.
Yeah. Not sure for belt if he wins. Yeah. If he fucking beats Brandon Moreno, he's for sure fighting for the belt next.
No, because you got Horiguchi there. If you got Horiguchi fights for the belt, Taira fights the winner of Royval versus your boy.
Man, it's hard for me to agree for a guy coming back and getting one win and already fighting for the belt.
Yeah, well, if Cop wins, then you could put Tatsuro Taira up in there against Manel Cop. But I just don't see Taira getting a title shot. And a guy coming in off of one win, Kai Asakura didn't even have a UFC fight, and he ended up getting a UFC title fight. So I don't. That doesn't matter. Horiguchi already put the teammate backdrop into that. Dana's been wanting a storyline like that for a little bit now. And yeah, that's the fight to make next for the title if Panthers is to win.
Yeah, that's fair. What's your most confident prediction for 2026? I haven't really thought about it much, Antoine, if I have to be honest. We usually save this for the last show of the year or the first show of the year. I don't know.
We usually do like a end-year like wrap-up, and then we'll normally do like a top of the year, maybe like a week before the cards start, kind of like a prediction card to kind of go back.
Yeah.
We'll have to go back on our prediction pod from earlier in the year and kind of recap the champions list that we had and see how many of us are right and wrong.
I know for fucking middleweight, I had fucking middleweight. I had Kamzat, but if not, Kaya Bahia. And honestly, not a bad pick, right?
Yeah, not bad, but hey, your boy did call Marav when everybody was picking Umar.
I said picking Umar. Yeah. Everyone's picking Umar for sure. Yeah, man.
Yeah, we'll have to go back on that. We'll have to go back on that that pod and see how many of those picks that we actually nailed. Because I can't remember all the picks. I remember some of them, but yeah, I'd like to see how many we got.
Yeah. If that's the case, have you gotten to see any sites in San Antonio? I think I probably went out more, Antoine, when I was visiting here now that I've lived here. So I haven't really done much since I've like been here. I went to a few Spurs games. I'm actually going to a Spurs game on the 17th. So not next week, but the week after. It's their ugly Christmas sweater game against the Wizards. So I'll get to see Julian versus Justin Champagnie live, but unfortunately, probably no Wemby. I think Raw versus 2 is a main event. I think they'll put it as a main event, but I think we got to see Umar deserve a shot again. Like, show, I mean, not that it's going to fucking matter, to be honest, but, I would just like to see him win.
Yeah, I mean, Umar's got a fight coming up. So, I mean, he wins that fight against Figgy. I mean, I think he could get the fight next. So,
yeah. I don't blame you. It's super cold. Yeah, dude. D-Rose, I've been talking to you, but it's like I moved to Texas. I expect it to be like warm most of the year, dude. I don't like that I'm still freezing my balls off here, dude. It's still like 40 degrees. I'm like, dude, I like left Virginia where it was like, in the 20s, pins and shit. And then I fucking come here and it's one day of the week it's fucking 70 and the other day of the week it's 40. It sucks, dude. I'm gonna be honest. So weather still sucks here. Can't wait for it to start warming back up, but hopefully not too long. Do you think who do you think has the right main event on the White House card? D-Rose, I saw where someone asked Cedricos Dumas if he wanted to fight on the White House card earlier, and he was like, hell yeah, Trump, get me on there. First of all, being even signed to the UFC right now is still surprising. You thinking that you're going to get the background checks and clearances done to fight at the White House? You fucking dork. You fucking dork, dude.
He is such an idiot, man. I mean, as far as the right to the headline the card, I mean, it could be anybody. I mean, Dana already said it's not going to be USA versus the world. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if, they tried to do Islam versus somebody or Elia versus Patty or Chandler versus Connor or, kind of any of those.
Yeah, I get to that. And I know, this ain't the podcast, Heroes, but it was announced, before we started this earlier that Max versus Charles was going to be headlining for the BMF at UFC 326, dude. And it looks, from what I'm seeing, it was either posted by a Brazilian outlet or it's going to be in Brazil. What's your thoughts there?
If it's in, I'd be surprised to see Max take a fight going to Brazil to fight Charles for his BMF. I would have a tough time seeing that, but I mean, I know Max's game, but I don't see him giving up home field because I know him and Charles have kind of been talking smack a little bit, going back and forth already. So, Max is not that Max is like really saying the most mean stuff, but just getting a little chirpy. So, I don't think he's going to give Charles home field advantage, but it's really the fight we've been waiting for and kind of the fight that we felt like should have already happened when Max moved up to lightweight. But but again, this, makes all the sense in the world. Both guys are straight killers, and yeah, I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I'd have to go early lean Max just because he's looked fantastic at 155, dude.
Yeah, I gotta think the same. Plus, I just think that Charles is a little bit of a berserker. Max has gotten a little bit more power in his hands and is a good counter boxer. So I can see Charles potentially stepping in, and even if he doesn't get finished, getting cracked some good times where Max can really hurt him and back him up.
Yeah, I agree. All right, y'all. That's going to be it for us. So this was Change of Cheddar here on the Golden Octagon for the last ever pay-per-view, D-Rose. No more pay-per-views after this. So when I come,
I know you're going to be so depressed not spending $79 buying them anymore.
Well, for the past 3, dude, I haven't bought them because I'm like, I'm not going to pay for this and my internet's ass. So I don't think I'm going to pay for the one. I don't think I'm going to pay for the one tomorrow either, if I'm going to be completely honest. So I think I might just fucking stream that one for the last time. You know, I ain't got a job. I can't afford $80 a month. That's crazy.
It is tough. That's why I'm relying on these parlays, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, I ain't even got a job. I can't afford it. I'm just trying to watch it, you know? All right, y'all. Well, with that being said, though, my name is Matt. D-Rose is on that side of the screen. We appreciate you for stopping by here, hanging out with us here tonight. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button on y'all's way out. And remember, at the end of the day, it's a fist fight. Anything can happen. Don't be betting more than you can afford to lose on these fights this weekend. I know it's easy to do, but just try not to. I break my own rules all the time. But with that being said, y'all stay safe. Me and D-Rose will catch y'all next week for the podcast. Until then, catch you guys next week. Peace.